Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moondirected. Welcome to my channel where we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And today we are talking about that new moon in Virgo. So it's happening in the house of you. What do you want to create? What do you want to plant your seeds of intention for? So I would recommend, this is a moon that really requires a new moon, that really requires a detailed plan. And so go ahead and write out as many details to the plan as you can. On a separate piece of paper, write the general idea and write your gratitude list. And that's the one you want to burn in ritual to turn over to spirit. But I feel like the detailed plan is something that you need to start really focusing on and paying attention to. This full moon is going to happen on Friday, August 30th at 11:35 Eastern Daylight Time here in the United States. And so PM. Did I say PM? And so it's kind of for a lot of the world, it is a black moon. That means it's the second new moon that's happened in the course of a calendar month. All right, so what do we have for you? Wow, yes. Okay. So you have embraced the masculine, that is taking action, and you have protect the wild and the green, which means protecting the earth, protecting things that matter to you. So what are you passionate about? What do you care about? Being willing to stand up for it. Nurturing and caring for things that matter to you. Right now we've got the Amazons on fire, the Siberian, up in Siberia, the Arctic Circle's on fire. So a lot of things that need to be considered. So I don't want to get preachy here, but the reason that we have that going on in the Amazon is they are trying to create space to create grazing fields for cattle. And since the Amazon provides 90% of the oxygen that we need in this world, burning it is a problem. It's a problem. So maybe wow, these are really fast today. Maybe coming up with I wanted 3 cards. There's way more than 3 cards going on here. That's not it. Ah. Okay. All right. I got it. Spirit and I were now on the same page right away. Okay, so here we go. So, so maybe eating a little less beef so that there's a little less reason to burn the Amazon. Might be something that you could do that would be protecting the green, but whatever works for you. That's just something that was in the news this week. Okay, so this is the area of thoughts, feelings, actions to take, and here is where you are headed. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. So this is a little difficult. This means that you're almost there. Like he's standing on higher ground. It looks like he's battling. The 9 of Wands generally means that you're exhausted, but he looks like he's winning. And he looks like he's almost done. So it feels like something worth fighting for. Creating balance, the 6 of Pentacles. This is very much a Virgo card. This is about, you know, give and take in equal measure. And so figuring out how to do that. But here I think is probably the best one. Here is you have the King of Wands. So that yang energy, that masculine energy, that taking action. You have the 9 of Wands and you have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is like, yeah, I did it. Look at this. Victory is mine and now I can rest. And so this... Yes, whatever this plan is, whatever it is that you want to do, finding the balance, the work-life balance is going to be important. It's going to be hard work, but you can get there. So, in the area of thoughts, I want you to try to maintain your sense of hope because you have the Star. So the Star also says that there's someone out there that's willing to help you. So think about who that is that can help you to get to where you're going. Keep your eye on the destination. But you can see how the lighthouse shows the way, but the pearl is what's shining. And so there's just so much light and energy here. And this is the waters of emotion. They look a little rough. So keep your eye on the lighthouse and understand that what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create is very valuable. In the area of your heart, you have the Four of Wands. So this has to do with trying to create that safe space around your home. It could be financially, it could be in another arena, but it's like trying to feel totally at home, which is always a beautiful thing. And the actions are to invest wisely. Figure out where you need to. Don't hang on so tightly that you are not open to receiving from the universe. Six of Pentacles says to keep things in balance, you know, the give and the take. And the Four of Pentacles say, you know, I'm protecting my assets. So not overspending, right? But at the same time, if you forget where you put your money, squirrels, somehow they don't seem to forget where they put their money, but where they put the acorns. But then again, I don't know about you, but have you ever noticed that little oak trees seem to crop up out of nowhere? It's because some squirrel forgot about some acorn somewhere. So make sure you're paying attention to where things are. Yes? So, in the area of thoughts, okay. This is interesting. This is really interesting. You have forgiveness. So, it's a situation that requires forgiveness, or it's you. You need to forgive yourself, or you need to forgive another person, or something happened and you're maybe angry at God and you're like, why did that happen? I hate to say everything happens for a reason, because people say that and I don't know if they really understand, but sometimes the reason things happen is because they, you know, somebody put things in motion, but sometimes they happen because it's necessary for things to transmute, so you can learn a lesson, so you can grow, so you can move forward. So we make mistakes, we learn things. So forgiving yourself for being human and learning the lessons, forgiving other people for things that they've done that maybe created unhealthy situations around you. And I say that because we also have the Frog, which is clearing emotional baggage. And this has been coming up a lot this month. So how do you clear emotional baggage? Well, I know it's a new moon, so I would think that between now and the full moon is going to happen in Pisces, which is all about emotional baggage. Releasing emotional baggage will be coming up in just a couple weeks. So start making a list of the things. Start keeping a journal about things that are holding you back, that are stopping you from feeling safe and secure, that are stopping you from feeling financially rewarded, that are stopping you from feeling emotionally comfortable. Start keeping a list and start journaling about them so that you'll be ready for when that full moon comes in a couple weeks to burn them and turn them over to spirit. So start doing the hard work on that now. I feel like it's really important for you. And then you have the Bee. And the Bee says to be busy. So, but it's in the area of thoughts. And so I think this is about really deciding who can help you. Understanding that you are a precious pearl. And this is the light that's shining on you. Actually, it's reflecting back to you the beauty of you. Really need to not allow other people's stuff to get in the way of you doing your work. So if there's somebody that's really hurt you, journal about it so you can work your way through the emotions, so you'll be ready to start letting some of that go with that Pisces full moon that is coming up. Let's see what we can get here. It says, see, it is full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So even though this is the new moon in Virgo, it looks like you are being set up to start working toward that full moon that's coming up. So part of the process of what you need to create over the 6 to 18 months going forward is you're going to have to drop some of the load that you're carrying right now in order to free yourself up, to allow yourself to progress, to move forward, to do the things you need to do. So like the first step in your plan of this new moon is going to be willing to let stuff go and using the energy of that full moon in Pisces when it gets here to help you start there. So even though we're talking about that moon, it's really part of the new moon cycle for you. It's the willingness to take that first step, which is going to be letting some of this stuff go. And you're going to need to be busy. You're going to need to be busy clearing space, forgiving, letting things go so that you can get in the right position to start moving forward, so you can end up being this King of Wands right here when we get to 6 to 18 months out. It's probably more like 18 months, because if they're starting out with you need to clear emotional baggage, then I'm going to say this is probably going to be a nice long process for you. So balancing that practicality and the spirituality, you want to be able to create, you want to be able to grow, you want to be able to bring these things into your life. That's the practicality of it. But the spirituality part of it is, in order to clear the space for that, you're going to have to be willing to let go of the negative emotions, the things that are holding you back. And understand that from now on, going forward, you are in charge of your life, and you can create what you want to create, and what other people have done doesn't matter. That's their journey, that's their stuff. Just worry about yourself. And so the action step for you here is joy and delight. Open your heart to the joy. So that is part of this forgiveness. This is that emotional cleansing. That's releasing this stuff. That's focusing on the sweetness in life. Sweetness in life. The joy and the delight. So protecting yourself and your assets, but this feels like emotional protection by releasing what's not working. Don't be carrying this extra load of energy with you. And that is probably your first step in the overall plan, but write your plan. Write down what you want to create and what you want. Where do you want your life to be? What do you want it to look like 18 months from now? It looks like your first step is going to be this process of the emotional clearing, and it takes a while. It is a hard journey to go through. So worth it. I can't even tell you. So worth it. So you can do this. Where are we in the schedule? So about 3 years ago, the North Node was in Virgo, and so think about what was going on when the North Node was in Virgo. What were you feeling? What were you focusing on? And kind of revisit some of that aspect, because I feel like that has something to do with this. Don't ask me why. It's just what I heard. Okay, so 2 really great stones for you to use. You have leopard skin jasper. I observe my surroundings and know I am divinely guided. I observe my surroundings and I know that I am divinely guided. I'm going to be really honest. You are the first reading I did, and I tried setting it up a different way. When I pulled cards the first time, you've got 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 9 cards I pulled showed up in this reading. One of the cards that I pulled did not show up, was a fox, and it was about observing in silence. So now you have the jasper, where it says, I observe my surroundings and know that I am divinely guided. So it's the same message. So it's really important. Spirit brought it back again. The King of Wands as an outcome came up the first time. And the 6 of Pentacles came up the first time, and the 4 of Pentacles. So this is all that kind of energy. But there were just too many cards and I couldn't get the message. So I'm like, I need less cards. And then here we have creativity flows through me in a myriad of ways. I courageously bring my ideas into actuality. This is carnelian. This is a beautiful stone, carnelian is. Okay? And so, look at my lovely nails. Don't. Okay, so I work hard for a living. All right, so this right here. Pick up some of this. You can pick this up at any, I see it all the time. You can pick it up, you can get it online, whatever. But for the next 6 to 18 months, this might be a really useful stone to carry. Carnelian is it is the sacral chakra. It is the self-esteem, self-worth, financial arena. And so that may be a really good stone to start working with in general. And then start, this leopard skin jasper, I don't even know where you would find that, but that would be fun to have too. So these are stones that to give you the energy. Leopard skin jasper kind of really makes me think of this, right? This King of Wands, like I got it all. I'm large and in charge, right? So you can do this, but it looks like the first step to your journey is going to be releasing emotional baggage, and start a joy journal where every day you write down at least one thing, at least one, but you try to do more, something that really brought a smile to your face for the day. And so when I started doing this process for myself, I would be like in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh, that's going in my joy journal. And then I'd get home and I'd start writing and I'd be like, oh yeah. And then and so as the days went on and I started looking for the things to put in my joy journal, I found that it was easier to take my journal with me because I couldn't remember at the end of the day all the things I found. But at first, it was a little difficult. So depending on where you are in your journey, start looking for the joy and the delight. Start being willing to forgive situations or people or yourself for being human, and understanding it's part of the journey. And now it's the time to cleanse that energy, let things go, so that you can get that brand new clean slate and you can start moving forward. It's like step one in your plan. All right, you can do this, and check back with me. We'll talk soon. You take care.